Hi. So, it's been a while since we've met. Last time, we were talking a bit about some of the struggles you were going through at home, especially surrounding your husband and I guess the, relationship that's been happening between you guys. It's been changing for you, and so I just kind of wanted to touch back on that and sort of support you where I can, and just with what's going on for you.
And since our last talk, we had resolved a lot of the issues, and then he had an accident at work.
Right.
And he basically dislocated his knee, tore off a bunch of his ligaments.
Okay.
We've had to deal with a lot of doctor consultations, going down to Vancouver, coming home, and I think we had like 4 consultations, and after the 4th one, they had to add more bad news, that he had a slight bow in his legs. So if they wanted to fix the ligaments, they would have had to correct that bow in his leg first. Otherwise, the repair on the ligaments wouldn't work.
Wow.
So
that's bad news for you guys.
It is. It's horrible.
A lot to take.
It was incredibly disappointing because we just wanted to get this dealt with so that he could be on his way to healing and get back to work
You just
and
want to
get
get
out of my
back.
hair.
Yeah, you want to get back to the normal routine of living.
It's been rough. So he had a surgery last week.
Okay.
And I thought things were bad before with his mood.
Yeah.
Now it's like he is in such a dark place. It's really frustrating in trying to be helpful to him.
Yeah.
And to support him, and right now even just to be caring.
Yeah, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of frustration because you're trying to be supportive, at the same time he's not thanking you he's not in a place to be, grateful for that.
He knows that he's grateful for it, but it's not coming out right now. He's I definitely say that he's depressed. He's been off since March, and I think that depression has been settling in, and then with the surgery, meaning that he can't walk. He can only do toe pressure on it right now, because essentially they broke his leg and took chunks out of it and to straighten it and put screws in the plate in it, so it's extremely painful. And it's just pushed him deeper, where even the skills that I've learned in school, in my program, is not reaching him. Not that I'm skilled at any great level, but I should be able to use some of the skills I've learned in being supportive and helping him work through stuff. But he's so bad that he won't even ask for help.
Right.
And then he said something to me the other day that I was treating him like a baby, and I'm like, I just kind of stepped back and I'm like, that's not what I'm doing when I've been trying to be very careful not to treat him like a baby and not to feel sorry for him or pity him or anything like that. I'm trying to understand where he's coming from. Understanding that all the things that he used to do, he's not able to do right now.
Yeah.
And just trying to be understanding of the level of pain that he's in, and the level of frustration and anger that he has with the situation. But I didn't think that I was babying him on any level. I mean, I don't talk to him differently. I don't treat him any differently than I did in the past.
So maybe you're feeling like insulted by that label, and obviously, I mean, your efforts, you want them to be appreciated, and he's just not in a place there for that to be
and
coming out the right way, and it sounds like it's stressing you out even more, his reactions to your help.
It is, because it is stressful, because he's so bitchy, if I could use that word. He says stuff that I know he doesn't mean, and I know it's coming from him being in physical pain, but it's almost like it's also coming from emotional pain of what he's going through, I guess. And it's mean, and it's uncalled for, and it's hurtful. And I'm trying to not get angry. I'm trying not to say, I've had enough and walk out.
You don't want to add to his pain, and you don't want to add to his stress.
But it's adding to mine, and so my patient level is going down. So I've got to the point with him now that I will ask him, is there anything I can get you? What do you need? What can I do for you?
So you're trying to make it very clear and
give
non-emotional.
I've gone from here to using my head and just and trying not to feel anything.
Yeah, so you're closing off your emotions now in order to not get hurt by this this lashing out that he's doing.
And that's not a good thing for me to do either, because then I start internalizing all of that stuff because I'm trying to not show it.
So it sounds like this is turning a little bit resentful for you. You've maybe building up some resentment with the way he's treating all your help and receiving your help.
I could say that I'm starting to get resentful.
And that's mostly with his reactions.
Yeah, and his reluctance to ask for help. It really pisses me off.
When you're willing to help him. You're there
because he'll make the snide comment that, well, I have to do it and I gotta just get up and do it. And I'm like, it would take you 2 minutes, not even, just to ask me what you need. And I can go do that. Well, I don't want to interrupt you doing whatever you're doing. And it's like, it's gonna take 2 minutes. Now, if you're asking me to go climb Mount Everest, that would be different. But if you're asking me to go fix you a tea or make you something to eat or to go grab you an ice pack, that's 2 seconds out of my life that really isn't a big deal. It's not a big deal for me to come and help him.
So you have a lot of willingness to help him. The willingness is there, but at the same time now you're kind of shutting down a little bit. Your empathetic responses are kind of shutting down because you're feeling almost resentful and you're closing off because you're trying to protect yourself, and you're just wanting him to be clear with you about his needs so that you can help him. That's your role. And he is not responding in the way that you would appreciate him to respond.
No, and it's even his responses are short-clipped, full of emotion, full of anger, full of frustration, and I think even resentment from him. That I'm going to school, I'm able to go to my son's hockey practices and his hockey games. I'm feeling a lot of anger, a lot of resentment from him too, and I don't know if that's directed at me.
You're definitely
intentionally
in the circle of his anger, so you're feeling that anger.
I feel like I'm a target.
Anger, and you're feeling like a target. You're feeling like it's all kind of coming down on your shoulders now to be, and even to the point where you're living your own life and doing, picking up where he's not able to,
Yeah.
now you've taken on more.
Yeah.
And now on top of that, he's resenting you for doing more for yourself and having
So.
a normal life. So
And I think he's resentful because I'm out having to plow, I'm having to do all the things that he normally would be doing.
that he felt
That's
felt
his
that
job.
was his role, and he felt validated doing these things in the family. Now he can't do these things.
Yeah. And it's,
Yeah.
and, there's days, I have my own struggles that I'm dealing with as best as I can. And, we have 2 kids, a teenager and a 6-year-old, and he definitely takes a lot of crap on my daughter. She's not his daughter. She's from a different relationship. So, and then of course you have that typical teenage attitude, that, that very self-centered attitude.
Yeah.
And the talking back and the disrespect stuff that, comes with having a teenager. Is really rubbing him the wrong way, and he's not dealing with it at all. He just expects her to be an adult.
Right.
And she's not an adult. And, watching him not be able to do the things that he's used to doing, and I think is also affecting. She doesn't know what to say to him. She doesn't know how to be around him. She tries to be helpful, then she gets in crap for it. So then I'm having to do the rough between those 2. And there's days when I grab my backpack to go to school, and I wonder if that's going to be the day that I just don't come home.
Oh wow! So it's getting to a point of really a lot of resentment for you, and
It's between all of them. I've had enough. Like, pull up your socks, stop feeling sorry for yourself, recognize that it's a temporary situation. And I know that's not an easy thing to do when you're in that space and you feel like everything of who you are is ripped away. But you still have a responsibility not to take it out on the people that actually love you and are there to support you in that difficult time. And and I know he knows that.
So have you clearly said that to him, or this is what you want to say to him?
Oh no, I've already told him.
And you voiced this to him.
And I'm like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. This is temporary. We're here to help you, not to make things worse. And there's nothing nice coming out of your mouth to any of us. And
so
that just
and
didn't go over well.
No, I bet, and I feel like the family is walking on eggshells around him right now.
Yeah.
And he's got no break from the family, and you have no break from him, and the negativity is just sort of
and
flowing
he has
around.
no break from the house because he can't go anywhere.
That's right. So he's
stuck
you
in
feel
the
stuck
house.
too.
And
You're stuck with
I'm
him.
stuck because
You guys all feel stuck. And
we all kind of really don't know how to best support him, and we're just trying to do the best that we know how to do as loving and caring people, and we don't have outside help.
Right.
His mother hasn't bothered to come to sit with him when I'm at school.
Right.
She hasn't bothered to offer to make meals for us that we can freeze and just pull out as we're going along. She's done nothing.
Right.
She came to see him. She stayed 5 minutes and left. And this is her son. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
Like,
so
he has nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
When I'm at school, or I'm running to hockey practices or games, or I'm running to do errands, he's got nobody there to talk to him about anything.
So
to
he
take
has
his mind off.
He has no outlet for his
He
negative.
has no outlet.
His negative feelings. So what I'm feeling here is, to maybe gain some perspective here for you, what would it look like to you if you woke up in the morning and your husband's still injured, he's still hurt, he's still not working, but if there was some kind of a miracle that happened and everything's changed and shifted in the dynamic, what would that look like to you? what would everybody be doing and saying? And
Um,